Welcome to Sunday at Unity Daytona Beach. Each week we share moments from our Sunday service, messages, meditations, and reflections meant to support you wherever you are on your journey. So, take a breath, let your shoulders soften, and allow this time to be a gentle pause in your day. May what you hear meet you right where you are and offer a little encouragement for the path ahead.
There is only love. There is only love. It is love that heals. It is love that sets us free. And so right now, I invite you to go down to your heart, from your mind to your heart, and sit in the love. There are all kinds of things around us all the time that don't feel like love, but there is always love within us, waiting for us to connect with it. So right now, connected to that love, we see that love permeating every single part of our bodies and going up and permeating our mind. This love is a blessing. It is a free gift, a gift that was not only given to us, but is given for us and given from us. Love expands. We see it and we feel it expanding. And as we sit in that love for a few moments of silence, we know that even these few moments can change everything, because there is only love. In this very room, God is. In this very room, love is. Any challenge, any momentary forgetting, we are brought back to love right now in this place. It is love that heals and sets each and every one of us free. There is only love. And so it is. Starting tomorrow, I'll be strong enough to fly. Today, I'm strong enough to know when it's time to say goodbye to all that doesn't serve me and holds me back from being free. Today, I am willing to honor me. Tomorrow's gonna bring sunshine and roses, and today I'll till the soil. Today I'll plant the seed. When the storm brings rain, I'll know it's feeding my dreams. Today it's enough that I believe. Starting tomorrow, I'll face whatever comes my way. Today I'll ground my feet, so when the wind comes, I won't break. And here in the moment, I can let my worries rest. Today I am willing to say yes. Tomorrow's gonna bring sunshine and roses, and today I'll till the soil. Today I'll plant the seed. When the storm brings rain, I'll know it's feeding my dreams. Today it's enough that I believe. Starting tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna bring sunshine and roses, but today I'll till the soil. Today I'll plant the seeds. And when the storm brings rain, I'll know it's feeding my dreams. Today it's enough that I believe. And when the storm brings rain, I will be down here on my knees, surrendering to what is meant to be. And tomorrow I'll stand powerful and free. Thank you. Thank you. I wrote that song. I wrote it a few years ago when I had gotten a very scary diagnosis, and I was told that I probably wouldn't. Not that I wouldn't, but that if the diagnosis were true, I probably wouldn't live for more than a few years. And I went and I did all the testing, and I was terrified. I thought, wait a second, I have so much life. I have so much to do. I have kids. I have a to-do list that's 16 pages long. I can't go anywhere. And so I sat down and wrote that song, Starting Tomorrow. Because a minister friend of mine said, you don't have to have everything figured out today. You just have to be willing to be willing. So that was my Willing to Be Willing song. And they finished all of my testing and said, oh yeah, you don't have anything. Thank God. Thank God. But it doesn't mean that we don't have those things come up where there is something in our lives, right? And so this month is all dream big. We're dreaming big, and today is all about visualization. And I thought, I could teach them about visualization. I could say, we're going to feel, and let's feel together. And then I read this quote by Buddha, and I thought, I probably have to start somewhere else. So Buddha said, what you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. And what you imagine, you create. That's not new. Most of us in New Thought have been doing that for years. When I started 25 years ago, they had me start small on parking spaces. I want a show of hands how many started with trying to produce the right parking space. Exactly. So many of us. Exactly. So many of us, we have to start small, right? We can't start on the big stuff yet. We have to prove that it's true first, so we start on little things. But today, I want to look at the truth behind visualization and the ways that we apply it, but also the ways that we're applying it that we don't know about. Because visualization and manifestation and prayer are things that happen automatically. These are the laws of the universe. Just like gravity, if you throw something up in the air and you forget you threw it, it doesn't mean it's not coming down. So, looking at the subconscious ways we're using visualization is the first step to using it correctly. So, what are we thinking? What are we feeling? What are we imagining? If you're watching the news every day or social media, or you're on the internet all the time and you're reading comments by people who are less than enlightened, sometimes the thoughts that follow that are not great. If we have someone do something to us that we feel is rude, our first thought is usually not to bless them. Oh, they just didn't know. It was probably Jesus's first thought, so we can work toward it, right? But it's so easy to automatically be in the human lane because we are in human bodies. We are spiritual beings first, but there is a human experience happening. So, it's very easy to get sucked in. And there are two different ways that we do that. The first is thinking. We think, I can't believe this happened. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. Oh, I wish it wasn't true. Oh my gosh. And we go down the thinking. And the other way is feeling. And visualization is very much about feeling. So if we feel angry, or we feel afraid, or we feel upset, those things are visualizing our reality even when we don't want it to. Tite Kubo once said, "The truth only exists for those who cling to it." So what we are clinging to, what we think and feel and imagine, what we are clinging to is what we are creating. And this got me thinking this week about The Lord of the Rings. You may not have seen it. That's okay. I'm going to explain enough of it for this talk that you don't have to go watch it. If you haven't seen it, though, it's a good movie. Okay, so in The Lord of the Rings, the Gollum was a hobbit. He was a human or hobbit creature that was living a normal life. He was happy, probably. He lived in a beautiful hobbit neighborhood. He had a nice house, I'm sure. He had friends and family and loved ones. And then he came across a ring. The ring of power transformed him. He clung to it with everything he had, and he called it his precious, my precious, my precious. And it slowly ate away at him until he ended up in a cave, withered to almost nothing. A monster, unrecognizable to any that would have known him previously, who loved him. And he stayed in the dark with the ring, clinging to it. So thinking about that this week, I started asking myself, what is it that I am clinging to? What is it that I have such fierce loyalty that I will hold on with every inch of my being until it consumes me and creates me in its image? Creates my life in its image. Is it my past? Is it abuse or stress or fear? Is it pain? What is it I'm clinging to? Because visualization does not just happen when you are meditating. None of us can have faith and 100% trust in God and live in fear at the same time. None of this, I know none of this is new. We all know this. But I've been in religious science and unity for 25 years, and I need this reminder. So I thought maybe somebody else might also. The world is chaotic and crazy, and I had a little concert yesterday, and I said, the world is always chaotic and crazy. It doesn't matter what decade you're in. If you live long enough, you will see every decade has a new crazy. So it's what happens in the humanness of ourselves and our lives, the experience. But we have to choose between truth and fear. We have to choose between light or darkness, and where we stand and what we cling to. That happens through visualization. We feel and we create and we imagine and we hold and we cling to what we want to see. So it's super easy, right? And we can just all leave here and go, okay, never mind, I'll just choose faith and love from now on, and that's it. We'll all ascend vibrationally to heaven. We know it doesn't work like that. Scientists say that a human being has 70,000 thoughts a day. That's a lot of thoughts. The estimate of negative thoughts that the average person has is 80% of those. 80. Now, in this room, I know that's not true. We have studied and been good children of the word for long enough that it's probably 65% for many of us. I know we're lower. But 80% is a lot of negative thoughts. And they said it's not really this going down a train of thought that says, oh, everything is going to fall apart. They're automatic. Our human brain automatically tries to protect us, right? So if we are driving and there's a green light and we're going, but we see somebody coming really fast up to the other red light, our first thought is, oh, they might run that red light, I have to be careful. That's an automatic thought. It doesn't mean we go down, because then we go through, they stop, everything's fine, we keep going, the thought's gone. But Ernest Holmes, the founder of religious science, said the trained mind is far more powerful than the untrained mind. If we can catch those thoughts when we see something on the news we don't like, or we have somebody who says something really rude to us, or somebody cuts us off in traffic, or somebody skips the line when we have been waiting for an hour to get to the front to pay our bill, and somebody else jumps in front of us, we have a choice. if we catch ourselves, we can say, oh, wait a second, hold on. No. I'm going to choose to bless that person instead. And I just finished reading The Gentle Art of Healing by Pierre Pradervand. It's one of the required books for my ministry course. I'm getting my ministerial degree in religious science ministry. And so I read it, and it changed my life. 25 years in New Thought, and this book changed my life. Because it said, in every moment, in every experience, in everything you do, and everyone you come across, send a blessing. So I started walking into stores, and somebody cut me off. I didn't say, bless your heart. No, it wasn't that blessing. That's not a blessing. But I did say, oh, I bless you. I bless you for your ability to take time and patience. I bless you for your love that's coming up from underneath that bushel that's covering your light. I bless you for where you're standing and your life and your family and your future and your day. And that kind of blessing, when we give it, changes the thoughts we are having. It changes the visualization from, ooh, this rude person, ooh, to, oh, I bless you. And you cannot bless someone, anyone. You cannot bless anyone without blessing yourself. It's impossible. It's just like you can't love someone if you don't let some love in, right? Everything in the world is reciprocal energy. And that is true of negative energy as well. The more negative we're putting out, the more we're receiving. And it continues in a vicious cycle. So if we start using what Pierre Pradervand said and say a blessing for each person. So now I'm blessing everything. And I even walked into a Circle K, and I was going to get some tea. And I said, hey, it's over there by the coffee. And I was like, oh, okay. So I walked by the coffee, and I'm blessing him. I bless you, for your smile and your love and everything that you show. And I couldn't find tea bags. I got the hot water and everything. And so I had to go back up and ask him. So I walked back around the coffee station, and he had this big smile. And I was like, oh, good job. That blessing worked. And I said, do you have tea bags? And he says, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. We're out. Just take the hot water for free, and hopefully you can get some a tea, maybe it's CVS. And I said, okay, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And he smiled, you too. Have a great day. And I was like, this is what the world needs. That. I was more connected to that man in Circle K than I have been to any person I have met on a street. I still think about him and bless him. That was last week. I'm still blessing him. So I have 3 ways as the rain starts. I have 3 things that I want us to focus on. And these are the ways we can pragmatically and practically put into practice what I'm talking about. Wow. I hear you, God. So number 1 is change the story. Change your story. That rain is not heavy. It is washing away all the negativity that could have been outside of this building 10 minutes ago. It is now gone. When you step out, it will no longer be there. We change the narrative of the story. I said yesterday in my concert that I did that I had abuse and poverty. I lived in poverty as a child. But if I focus on that and I tell people how horrible my life was, then all I'm doing is producing more horrible now. Not just by creating this negativity, but by reliving all of those things. So what I say instead is, I had a really rough childhood, And I'm grateful that I was able to use that to bring me to this gift. So when we change the story, we change the outcome. You can catch yourself and go back, because we don't have to be perfect 100% of the time. Actually, it's impossible. It's not even attainable, so don't try. But we can change the story, guide our thoughts back, and if we can get to 51% of the time, Ernest Holmes said, 51% of the time, if our thoughts are positive instead of negative, the whole world will change. So change the story is number one. Number two is daily practice. Every single day, go back to your center. If you have not been to your center, found that love, been in there, connected in months, it's going to be hard to do it out in the world when somebody feels like they're attacking you. So every single day, it doesn't have to be a 2-hour prayer. It doesn't even have to be a 15-minute meditation. You can just close your eyes and say, God, I feel you. I feel you right here. The third is to write out the truth. You can type it if you want, but I think writing, even if it's small and short, writing out the truth, there is a pathway in our brain that writing connects to. I still make my children write things. They're like, oh, I have a computer for this. No, you don't. You have a piece of paper and a pen for a reason, because when you are writing it, it connects and forms a brain pattern. So write down, I am a child of God. I am a spark of the divine. All my good is flowing to me right now. I am blessed and I am highly favored. I live by grace and by truth and by love and by power. Everyone who comes across my life is blessed, and I am blessed as well. You write these things down, and they become part of the automatic narrative, so that 80% of your automatic thoughts don't come from negative places, and so that more of them are automatic responses that are good and positive and based in truth. So, I want to pose a question to you. We talked about the Lord of the Rings and Gollum and how he found this ring of power that was evil. It was evil power, so power can be either, right? But what if he had found instead a ring of light? What if he had found a ring that blessed him and cured him and loved him in every aspect of his being? Would he have ended up withered away, a monster in a dark cave? He wouldn't have. Because when we cling to the truth, when we cling to light, when we cling to love, that is what we visualize, and that is what is created. Because who we are is created by what we see in our mind's eye, what we feel in our heart, what we say out of our mouth. So today, I invite you to cling to a ring of light. Find it and hold it. Protect it. Connect with it every single day if you can. And know that you really are a spark of the divine. You are beautiful. You are powerful. You have purpose because you are here. You are the light of God that is manifest on this earth. So I would love for you, if you would be willing, to close your eyes. We're going to take 60 seconds. And I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to actually visualize holding in your hand a golden ring. I want you to see the ring light up with the words, "You are a spark of the divine." Feel its warmth and its power and its truth. Cling to it. Hold it in your hand and close your hand so that you have wrapped yourself around this truth and it has wrapped itself around you. And visualize putting it in your pocket. Now that it is there, it can never be lost. And if there is ever a moment that you need the reminder, just put your hand in your pocket and feel it again. You are a spark of the divine. You are worthy and powerful. And so it is. And so it is.
Thank you so much, Cerise, for that powerful message and also some really great practical tools that we can use this week as we visualize. Now is our time for our celebration of prosperity. And here at Unity of Daytona Beach, we are joyous givers. Whether you're giving your time, your talents, your treasures, there's so many ways to give. And here's the thing, you can't outgive God. So whatever you can give, it comes back to you, heaped up, pressed down, multiplied, overflowing. So will you please read with me our affirmation of abundance? Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, and it is so. And Cerise is going to bless us with one more song.
Here we are, and everyone seems angry and afraid. Chaos and confusion seem to lead our day to day. How do we conquer doubt? The feeling hope is gone, staring down the darkness to be ready for the dawn. No, we are called to be the light of love right here. We are led to see the gifts that have begun, so we can thrive together, shine together, rise together. It is ours to decide who we become. It is ours to decide who we become. Everywhere we look, we see life change 1,000 ways. Learning to release the fear and ride atop the waves. And when we feel like we could drown and the storm is magnified, can we reach for higher ground so humanity can fly? Oh, we are called to be the light of love right here. We are led to see the shift that has begun, so we can thrive together, shine together, rise together. It is ours to decide that we can never go to be the light of love right here. We are led to see the shift that has begun, so we can thrive together, shine together, rise together. It is ours to decide that we will thrive together, shine together, rise together. It is ours to decide who we become. It is ours to decide who we become. It is ours to decide who we become. It is ours to decide who we will become.
As you return to your day, may you move with a little more ease, a little more awareness, and a deeper trust in the good that is already unfolding. Blessings on the journey. You're listening to the Experience of the Soul podcast channel, bringing you inspiration, teachings, and practices to support your spiritual journey.